Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Student Showcase. This is a really wonderful opportunity for the students to share their hard work with you. But we're going to kick it off with a video from Jack Kay.
Welcome. It's a great privilege to speak with you all today on behalf of NASA's Earth Science Division, and in particular, the Research and Analysis Program, which provides NASA support for the GLOBE program. We have been invested in GLOBE's success since the beginning, and while we're proud of our sustained contribution, we're even prouder of the work and accomplishments that all of you and your collaborators have been able to achieve these last 25 years. Global environmental observations are important to us at NASA. While we are best known for using the vantage points of space to study the Earth in all its complexity, we know that no one observing approach can do everything that we need to learn about the Earth. Similarly, we recognize that no one institution or one country can study or observe our vast planet by itself, which highlights the importance of the GLOBE program. Through GLOBE, students around the country and the world are adding to the body of knowledge about our changing Earth and learning about what it means to make, record, share, and analyze those observations. We see the excitement and value of sharing those observations with the scientific community, ranging from fellow students all the way to research scientists at home and abroad. Besides the inherent value of the data, the lessons students learn about what it means to take and share data inform and inspire them as they look ahead to their future. I have had the opportunity to visit a GLOBE school overseas and watch students go outside and record temperatures in the midday sun. It was impressive to see them working as a team, following carefully crafted standardized protocols and obtaining data that would be uploaded and then shared around the world. It's worth noting that the sheer joy of making and sharing environmental observations doesn't have to stop with your participation in GLOBE. Even I'm getting into that this summer, doing whole air sampling as part of NASA's Student Airborne Research Program, or SARP. As part of SARP, students around the country, and a few former students like myself, are taking air samples that will be sent back to a lab at the University of California in Irvine to get analyzed for trace gas composition during a time in which pollutant levels are changing because of changes in economic activity, as well as seasonal and meteorological changes. Once again, I'd like to thank all of you for your efforts on behalf of GLOBE. This is a program that only happens because of your commitment and passion. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to speak with you today. I look forward to many more years of GLOBE activities and contributions, and more immediately to looking at some of your current accomplishments during the student poster session.
Hi, everyone. So that was a great video by Jack. Thank you for joining us. So this is the Student Showcase. So what's going to happen is our selected students who participated in the International Virtual Science Symposium, either the regular Virtual Science Symposium or through the Department of State Zika program, as well as our students from the U.S. Student Research Symposium, have created these projects and have transformed their reports into PowerPoint slides and are going to present them to you all. This is going to be very exciting, but very quick. So just keep that in mind when you ask questions. The students will have 5 minutes to present and then 3 minutes for questions. When you're asking questions, please do so in the app, and please direct your questions to specific students. That way it'll be a little easier for our question folks to direct those questions to our students. And make sure you're typing those in quickly so that we can get those questions in that 3-minute window. All right, let's see. Otherwise, please enjoy. These wonderful students have worked very hard on these presentations, so please enjoy their hard work. One last thing, sorry. So the first group, we're going to be presenting our students who participated in the International Virtual Science Symposium.
Greetings, GLOBE community and our fellow students. I am Kevin Bokesho from Kenya, and alongside my co-hosts, we're here today to present our IVSS project. My co-hosts include
Khushi Patel.
Next slide, please. Next slide, please. There have been many reports of mosquito bites of students in our younger kindergarten section being bitten while in classrooms and also when outside playing. As members of up to 15 cases of chikungunya were reported between the months of only February and March 2018. As members of the Science and Environmental Club, we decided to find out what species of mosquitoes was biting our younger brothers and sisters. For this project, we had two hypotheses. Our first hypothesis was that we're going to find different species of mosquitoes here at our school's kindergarten section. And our second hypothesis was that Aedes mosquito was going to be the most dominant mosquito due to the many cases of chikungunya and dengue fever reported. Khushi?
Next slide, please. These are the equipment that we had needed to carry out our research. Next slide, please. Step 1. Our school is located at a coastal area. As a result, the weather here is very humid. The location was recorded using the smartphone. Step 2. 2 liters of saline water was placed in a dark corner of the bus park area and left undisturbed for 1 to 2 weeks. The site was visited regularly to sample the number of eggs, larvae, pupas, and adults present. Step 3. A sample of water was collected using the beaker and a dropper. The sample was placed in a petri dish covered with paper towel to drain excess water. Macrolens was attached to the phone camera and pictures of various morphological features were taken to identify the species. Step 4. After a successful identification of the species, the site was eliminated using a mosquito vector control method where possible. For national sites, we had informed our school administration. Kevin, next slide, please.
Observations were recorded using the Globe Mosquito Habitat Mapper, and having left the breeding site undisturbed for 1 to 2 weeks, there were no signs of any mosquito larvae or eggs in the first week, which we believed was due to the lack of rain, but after the rain during the second week, we spotted 40 eggs, 30 larvae, 5 pupa, and 3 adults. Next slide, please. Using the macro lens of times 100 magnification attached to a smartphone, different morphological features of the larvae were identified. With the help of the Globe Observer app under the mosquito mapping protocol, the following differentiating key features were discovered: the cylindrical siphon, the presence of a piston, the single pair of siphon tufts, an anal brush at the posture of the saddle, pitchfork-shaped comb scales, no tufts between the piston, and strong dark coats in the thorax setting. We can say that the Aedes aegypti was spotted. It is possible to eliminate the site by either pouring out the water, if in an artificial container, or by pouring oil on the surface of the water. This is known as larviciding, as you kill the mosquitoes at a larval stage. This is considered more effective than indoor spraying, as larvae are less mobile than adults and so an easier target. Next slide, please. We then concluded that our first hypothesis was wrong, because there weren't many mosquito breeds in our school. We also realized that the most common mosquito species in our area, Nyali, is the Aedes mosquito, therefore explaining the fewer malaria cases, which is transmitted by the Anopheles mosquito, and the higher dengue fever cases and chikungunya cases, which is transmitted by the Aedes mosquito. We therefore went forward and recommended that people eliminated any possible mosquito breeding sites by using either of our elimination techniques. Also, in the case of siting a larger breeding site, like a pond, we recommended considering recruiting friends, some pond friends. To help with the mosquito problem, killfishes, toxinous tadpoles, and other aquatic animals love eating larvae, and their presence can put a dent in the larva and pupa populations. And for water tanks and other water stores, we recommended the use of flap bulbs. When shut, flap bulbs can prevent mosquitoes from going through openings. Our greatest recommendation was a flip every container on the ground initiative, whereby we encourage the wider population to flip over containers that are likely to collect water and become a breeding site. Khushi?
Next slide, please. Next slide, please. We had involved our community on 4th of October to know and understand the importance of our research. These are the sources where we had got our information from. Next slide, please. Thank you, panelists and attendees, for giving us a chance to present our research project. We thank our supporting organizations as well and the Globe community to help us spread our slogan, flip every container on the ground, which means to avoid collecting stagnant water. Thank you, and we're ready to answer your questions. Thank you once again.
Great, so we'll have 3 minutes for questions. If the audience has questions, please put them in the app. So the first question coming in is, what was your favorite part of doing this project?
Well, it was actually collecting and identifying, because we were not sure what we'll get under the macro lens when we are trying to identify.
Kevin? For Kevin, the next question, did you see natural areas of water puddles where there were mosquito larvae could lay eggs?
Yes, we did. In fact, even where I live, there are also some puddles like that. But as I said, through our recommendations, we also were able to make sure that they didn't become breeding sites. But we did spot them. Yes, we did.
And this question is directed for Eric. Great job. How many breeding sites do you estimate you eliminated?
I'm not sure specifically how many breeding sites we eliminated, because we kept sampling mosquitoes and destroying their sites, because as scientists, an experiment has to be repeated over and over again to ensure that it is a perfect result. Although here around my area, I flipped like 5 or 6 big leaves that contain water, especially now when it's raining. So you will find millions of puddles all around the area, and approximately as a group 20 to 25.
Great job, group number 1. We really appreciate your hard work on the project.
Thank you.
Thank you.
We'll go to the next project.
Hi, my name is Anna Willard, and my project is called The Effects of Aerosols on Water Quality. Next slide, please. This project focuses on the question, what is the effect of aerosols on water quality at the SFX pond? The hypothesis states if there are higher levels of aerosols, then the DO levels will be lower, and the temperature, electrical conductivity, and pH levels will all be higher. Data was collected outside by observing the cloud coverage, observing which way the wind was blowing, and measuring the aerosol optical thickness. The pond water was then collected and tested for temperature, DO, pH, and conductivity, along with a protected bucket of water added as a control. Next slide, please. Aerosols enter the water through the water cycle. Rain is tested. To test the hypothesis, measurements were taken once a week for 3 months on Tuesdays or Thursdays if the clouds were permitting. Measurements were collected at the pond across from the SFX school. There were a total of 8 dates of collection, with 3 trials for DO due to the KIC contents, and 5 trials for all other parameters collected in the allotted data collection time. Next slide, please. It seemed that when aerosols were higher, the temperature of the water was also higher. A correlation also appeared between pH levels and aerosols. It seemed that when the aerosol levels were higher, pH levels were lower. Aerosols did not seem to affect DO or conductivity at all during the testing period, but further data will be collected to see if a pattern appears. To the left is the aerosol graph that I created, and it shows all of the days that I took aerosol measurements. Next slide, please. Based off of past research projects, I believe the temperature outcome was the way it was because when the Earth cools down, the surface water remains warm. This warm surface water mixes with other cooler water at the bottom of the body of water and keeps it at a more consistent temperature, unlike Earth going from hot to cold in a few hours, because water retains and loses heat slower than land. To the left is my temperature graph, and on September 17th of last year, you can see that the aerosol levels were higher, and which caused the temperature levels to be higher, and the other days, when the aerosols were lower, the temperature was lower. Next slide, please. In order to see if there is an explanation as to why the pH reacted in the way it did, future research needs to be taken. As for the DO and conductivity, since they didn't show any real correlation with the aerosols, future data will need to be collected in order to come up with a conclusion for them. To the left at the top is the pH and aerosol data comparison chart, and on the 17th of September, when the aerosols were higher, the pH was lower. And below that is the DO and conductivity, and there wasn't really any consistent patterns that I could visibly see, so future data will be collected in order to tell if there's correlation. Next slide, please. The hypothesis was slightly supported by the data, as no significant change happened with dissolved oxygen and conductivity. The pH did the opposite of what was hypothesized, but the temperature followed the pattern that was hypothesized. Next slide, please. In conclusion, the hypothesis of this experiment was not supported by the data, but further data collection will take place to see if patterns or correlations appear. For further data collection purposes, a revised hypothesis was made. It states, when aerosol levels are higher, temperature levels will be higher, pH levels will be lower, and DO and conductivity will not really be affected, though a correlation is still possible. In future data collecting, PM2.5 and AQI, which stands for Air Quality Index, will be added in to see how they may or may not affect dissolved oxygen, temperature, conductivity, and pH. The badges I received with my project are I am a STEM researcher, I am a data scientist, I am a STEM professional, and I am a STEM storyteller. Next slide, please.
1 minute.
Thank you for learning about my project, and I will be accepting questions now.
Great. For Anna, your first question is, how are you sure that your device for measuring aerosol is accurate?
So I use a Cala2 measuring device, which is specifically used for measuring aerosols. I received it from a NASA scientist that we work with, and yeah, it's accurate. So.
And Anna, for this, how did you decide on which protocols you were going to use?
I decided which protocols I was going to use based off of what I was testing. I used the aerosol protocol since I was testing aerosols. I used the dissolved oxygen protocol, the conductivity protocol, the pH protocol, and the temperature protocol, all because I was measuring those things.
Great. And then the next question is, when you were working with the NASA scientist, did you go over how to use the instrument? And was this your first time using that device?
So last year for my project, I also used the Cala2, which was when I received the instrument, and he did show me how to use it. And so this year would have been my second year using it for a project.
Another question, do you think seasonal changes would change your data results about DO?
I'm not exactly sure since there wasn't really any correlation with the dissolved oxygen, but if future research was collected, then I would definitely test in 2 different seasons to see if that would also be a factor.
This is a great question from a fellow presenter. How do you think low-income countries would be able to use your idea?
I'm not really sure how to answer that. I'm not sure.
No worries. Maybe something to think about and chew on for next year's project. That's all the time we have for questions for you, Anna, today. Thank you so much for your presentation and your hard work. Now we're going to move on to the presentations done for the Student Research Symposium here in the United States.
Hi everyone. Our SFR submission research is contrail formation in southeastern Michigan with potential regional and global impacts in Dearborn Heights, Michigan. Next slide, please. My name is Noor and my partner's name is Zahara, and we're both rising seniors at Crestwood High School in Detroit, Michigan. Next slide, please.
This location provides a geographically unique area to study because it is surrounded by the Great Lakes, the world's largest system of freshwater lakes. Other considerations that we had before starting this project were convenience, simplicity, and observation site requirements. We decided to focus on contrails in particular because there is little known about their impact on global climatic patterns. Our research questions were centered on ground-level observations comparison to satellite imagery, how contrail formation varies by upper atmospheric temperatures at different locations, how water body proximity contributes to contrail formation, and how we can compare contrail observations made in warm, moist climates to those in the United States where we live. Next slide, please.
Speaking of the student researchers in Thailand, and many GLOBE resources were made available for the both of us, including the GLOBE Observer app used for cloud observations, the GLOBE ADAT to find exact contrail locations, the Langley Research Center to find satellite matches, and lastly, the GLOBE Visualization System for observations and site as well as result comparisons. Next slide, please.
The GLOBE Visualization System was a very valuable resource because it allowed us to locate nearby sites with which we could compare our data. One such site is Ann Arbor, Michigan. These two graphs compare the temperatures of the days on which we both shared cloud observations. In both graphs, persistent spreading was the most common contrail type. Next slide, please. These three graphs compare the temperature against the type of contrail that we found in our site at Dearborn Heights, Michigan. Persistent spreading was again the most common, and it was correlated most strongly with lower temperatures. On the other hand, short-lived and persistent non-spreading clouds were found with warmer temperatures. Next slide, please.
As the results proved, consistency and type of contrails depend on the location and temperature. We found that the best way to find contrail sites is through the GLOBE Visualization System. Our results also showed that varying locations of Ann Arbor and Dearborn Heights resulted in different contrail types. As mentioned before, bodies of water affect the amount of contrails as well as their type, proved by the MODIS worldview showing more prevalent contrails near the lakes. Next slide, please. The significance of our research includes further explanation of anthropogenic actions affecting climate change, and the data helped form a solid database for NASA and other scientists to unravel implications on climate change. However, there were some limitations to our research, including inconsistent timing of data collection, some being during school and some after school, as well as limited time frame to collect data. And unfortunately, we were unable to communicate with the students from Thailand due to communication struggles and language barriers. Next slide, please.
Regardless of our struggles with communicating with the Thailand students, we made at our partner school with their satellites. Next slide, please. Thank you so much.
Great. We'll start with the first question. It's directed at Zahara. What would you do differently next time?
For next time, I would think that we would start collecting our data much earlier and that we would involve collecting data over all 4 seasons because that might provide us more examples on how contrails can affect climate change.
Great, thanks. And this question is for Noor. How can your findings be significant in other parts of the globe, like in tropical countries?
Well, we found that the closer they are to a body of water, the more contrails are seen. So if we were to compare them to like locations that have a lot more bodies of water or like rivers or lakes and stuff, we might be able to find more contrails and be able to study those.
The next question for Zahara, do you think contrail formations are influenced by the time of year?
I think that they definitely are influenced by the time of year because, as we had seen, colder temperatures result in a different type of contrail being shown. So more persistent contrails are correlated with lower upper atmospheric temperatures.
And for Noor, do you think the aircraft type could affect the contrails?
We do think that aircraft type could affect the contrails, and that's something hopefully we're going to continue while we continue on with our research and further it.
And next for Zahara, what did you enjoy most about your project?
The component of our project that I enjoyed the most was the simplicity of the project, allowing us to collect data during the school day, and we were able to collect data multiple times.
And then for Noor, I'll ask, what motivated you to take up this project?
Actually, our mentor, Mrs. Diana Johns, gave us the idea, and we decided to go with it and research it and see what we could come up with.
Well, you guys did a really great job, and we're really happy with all your hard work that you put into this. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, my name is Gabriel Woods.
And my name is Sophia Willard, and our project is called The Nitrate Relationship Between Soil, Pond, and Stream. Next slide, please.
Our research question was, how does the nitrate content in the school campus soil, pond, and stream relate?
Our hypothesis states that due to the frequent algae in the pond and the fact that the school is surrounded by farms on 3 sides, the nitrate levels in the soil above the pond and in the stream adjacent to the pond will be high. Next slide, please. Fish live in many habitats in salt or freshwater bodies of water. Fish are very affected by runoff in streams and ponds. Nitrate is a nutrient that plants use to grow. It is part of the nitrogen cycle, and it is part of the decomposition of fish waste. Nitrate levels above the natural level of 1 milligram per liter can lead to algal blooms, which lead to plants dying off and reduce levels of DO for the fish to breathe. People have begun using man-made fertilizers in many areas that throw off the nitrate balance. Normally, plants take up the nitrate and use it for their proteins, but if there is too much, the nitrate can also be converted to nitrogen gas or ammonia and be evaporated or removed as a gas out of the soil. Next slide, please.
GLOBE protocols were used for hydrosphere nitrate testing, pedosphere soil and fertility testing, and water samples were taken from the campus pond and stream soil. Soil samples were taken uphill from the pond and stream. This picture shows our testing locations and farms on near the side of the school, in front of the school, and behind the school, which is in the picture. Next slide, please.
This graph compares the average stream and pond nitrate. Even though the stream nitrate started off lower, it ended up being higher than the nitrate from the pond throughout testing. The pond nitrate levels started off higher and became lower through the winter months. This could have been due to less geese in the pond in the winter. Next slide, please. Nine bluegill were found, so it seemed that there was a healthy fish population in the SFX pond. There was one outlier in the stream nitrate, and we think this was due to the tablet not dissolving properly during the nitrate testing. Next slide, please.
This is our graph. There was much less nitrate in the soil above the pond than expected. and the deficient value indicates that this may not be where the nitrate is coming from in the pond and stream. Next slide, please. The data did not support the hypothesis. The soil may have had a deficient reading because the soil close to the school is construction fill which is packed solid. The nutrients may likely run off. The revised hypothesis states that if the stream and pond will have above normal nitrate values due to the farm field surrounding the school, the soil that is still in the natural state near the farms will most likely have high nitrate values as well. This may be investigated in the future. Next slide, please.
These are the badges that we earned, or that we chose. We chose the I'm a Collaborator badge because this is a group project and each team member assisted in the project. We chose the I Make an Impact badge because our project makes an impact on our town in multiple different ways. We also chose the I Am a Data Scientist badge because we all collected and graphed a sufficient amount of data. It was also chosen because next slide, please. Thank you for learning about our project.
Thanks, Sophia and Gabriel. Your first question is for Sophia. What would you change if you did this project again?
I would probably test more. I would probably do more tests on the pond to see how they also affected the population of fish in the pond.
Great, thanks. And this question is for Gabriel. Did you consider weather and time for investigating the nitrate amount and comparing it?
We didn't really consider weather, but we considered the time of year that we tested, like I did testing in the fall and winter to see if that had any impact.
And this question is for Sophia. What type of farm is next to the campus, and do you think this affected it versus a different type of farm it could have been?
Well, I don't really know what type of farm it is, but it does have, it has animals, it has livestock, and I do think that affects what the results are going to be. It also plants crops, so it uses fertilizers, so I do think it has an effect on how the tests came out.
The next question is for Gabriel. Does the topography show the land sloping towards the pond?
Yeah, there is a little inclined towards the pond. It's like sort of in a little divot.
Great. Well, thanks again for all of your hard work on this project. We really appreciate you presenting today.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, my name is Iridal Bazi and my partner is Zina Jabaro. We both attend Crestwood High School in Dearborn Heights, which is located in southeastern Michigan. Our project name is The Effects of Native Tree Species on Ambient Air and Surface Temperatures in Southeastern Michigan. This research does show regard to essential development of data collection to improve already known strategies of impacted urban trees to minimize the urban heat island effect. Dearborn Heights is only 17.2 miles away from the center of Detroit, which allows for perfect suburban testing. Temperature data, tree heights, and circumferences were successfully collected under the tree canopies using GLOBE protocols. The importance of the research is to suggest which native trees would best help mitigate the effects of the urban heat island effect. Next slide, please.
After collecting our data, we came up with 3 different research questions. Our first question being how different native tree species may affect the air and surface temperatures. The second question being how or which of those native tree species have the greatest effect on them and which have the least effect on urban temperatures. And overall, what tree, or does tree shape and leaf shape have an effect on to reduce temperatures? Next slide, please.
To be able to conduct this investigation, we had to use a passcode device and connect it to a SparkView application, which was downloaded on our phones, and let it run for 10 minutes. We would later take 9 specific recordings of surface data, both under the canopy and in the sun. We would also collect the DBH of the trees from the breast of the tree. We would also use a sun clinometer 3 times per partner to ensure accuracy and precision when measuring the height. Another way we also measured height was using the Globe Observer app and submitting it into a Globe database. Later, we would compare the IR thermometer's temperatures and the Pasco weather device's temperatures and give a visual representation in a graph. Next slide, please.
For our results, on the top left was our first day, which was taken on July 15th of 2019, and it showed that the red maple had the largest effect. 2 days later, on July 17th, the basswood ended up having the greatest effect, which could show how if we sampled or if we took data for a longer period of time, then our data could be different than what we got currently. Figure 3 was taken on July 22nd, and it showed that the sugar maple had the largest effect. And same goes for figure 4. And it shows how, or supports our hypothesis of the larger trees and the taller trees having a greater effect on urban heat island effects, or on urban heat island temperatures. And then figure 5 was our last day on August 5th, and it showed that the basswood had the largest effect on cooling. And overall, we used the Pasco device and AutoPro Raytech infrared thermometer to collect all our data. Next slide, please. For our result averages, the Acer rubrum ended up having the least cooling with an average of 9.161 degrees Celsius, and the Tilia americana had the greatest with an average of 11.214 degrees Celsius. Next slide, please.
The Tilia americana did have the largest effect, which is also known as basswood, with an approximate change of 10.3 degrees when using a Pasco device and accumulating a 12.1 degree difference when using an infrared thermometer. A research study done by Mohammed A. Rahman, Astrid Moser, Anna Gold, Thomas Ratzer, and Stefan Paulette did state that the larger the tree, the higher the canopy, which did tend to show a decrease in soil temperatures. Unfortunately, comparing with our data, the largest tree did not have the greatest effect, but it did go hand in hand with the red maple, which is the smallest, which did perform the worst. The results only supported one of our hypotheses, as the smallest trees would perform the worst. Next slide, please.
While the Tilia americana had the largest cooling effect, the Acer rubrum had the lowest. The Acer saccharinum came in third with cooling, with an average of 9.74 degrees Celsius, and the Acer saccharin. In order to create a more valid conclusion, we would test on larger quantity of trees, since only 4 were tested in this project, as well as study canopy size for a more accurate prediction of cooling potential. Next slide, please.
With going through this investigation, it would be possible to see which native trees would help perform the best in their ability to reduce the urban heat island effect. We also did work with students in the Princess Chulabahorn Science High School to broaden our research of study. Please, next slide.
In the future, we'd want to continue on focusing on the concept of working within urban neighborhoods, but also expand our parameters so we can compare our data with our partner Globe School in Thailand. And those parameters could include using dew point and relative humidity collected with our Pasco device, instead of just temperatures. And also, we'd want to widen our time frame so we could get more at a variety of results, and as well as using canopy size using ARIN protocols. Our measurement limitations were due to the fact that our sampling size for the trees were all clustered together, and therefore it was more difficult to collect height, as well as the Globe Observer app was not working accurately for both of us, so we mainly focused on using a simple clinometer. Next slide, please.
We would like to thank the students at Princess Chulabahorn Science High School in Thailand for being extremely helpful and helping us broaden our research. We'd also like to especially thank Ms. Diana Johns for assisting us throughout this project and helping supplying the necessary needs, with which we would not be able to accomplish without her. And to the right is the bibliography of all the research studies we had looked into. Thank you.
Really great job, you two. We'll start with questions now. For Zaina, how does the weather affect your temperature, and what was your control variable?
For the weather, the cooler it tended to be less of an effect on our data, or for the cooling effect that happened. And we use a control variable with the Pasco device, considering it got temperatures from outside of the under the canopy for a solid 10 minutes. And then the infrared thermometer, we also went around and collected temperatures from outside the canopy to compare them to our temperatures under the canopy.
Great. And for Idal, what was the most surprising part of this work for you?
When we were analyzing different science researchers that did include studying canopy, we did notice, specifically with Mohammed A. Ritzman's groups, that he kept mentioning the larger the tree, the larger the canopy, the more invested the urban heat, the bigger the decrease it would be usually. But it ended up being because of how much sunlight could pass through the leaves, shapes of the trees, it ended up not being accurate, and we didn't find the largest tree to be the most effective.
That's really interesting. I'm glad you guys took it into your own hands to investigate. For Zaina, did you take into account the size of the canopy in each tree or only the height?
For this year, we only focused on the height. And since we read a bunch of research papers on canopy, how they can affect it, we'd like to in the future include canopy and tree height, see exactly how it could differ.
Great. And the last question for it all, how are you sure that small trees doesn't affect the temperature? Did you consider their growth if the trees are mature or not?
So when we know that the small trees do affect the temperature, because although the largest tree didn't have the greatest effect, it did show that the smallest tree, which we did study was the red maple, did have the least effect. So it didn't really show too much difference. And to consider their growth, we did our best to make sure that the tree was fully matured and that they were deciduous trees and native to Michigan. So we did with what we could in the neighborhood.
Yeah, and you guys did a really stellar job in this presentation and your project, and I'm excited to see what you come back with next year. So thank you.
Hello, everyone. My name is Cody Garcia, and my research project was on assessing the water quality of Lake Nakoni. Next slide, please. As an introduction, again, I'm Cody Garcia. I'm from Carson, California. I'm currently a rising junior attending Damien High School. Quick background in my abstract. Lake Nakoni is a 60-acre lake in the city of Norco, California. And a few years back, I observed the dead fish floating in Lake Nakoni. I go there semi regularly. So that was the one and only time I've ever seen it since. This sparked my interest in this research project, investigating the essential qualities of the lake in order for the fish and wildlife to flourish. Next slide, please. My research question was as follows: what essential qualities does Lake Nakoni need to have in order for fish and wildlife to flourish there? Next slide, please. So my research methods, I gathered sample water from Lake Nakoni for almost every week from August 2019 to March 2020 in order to analyze the water's temperature, pH level, and dissolved oxygen using the GLOBE protocol. For the temperature, I used this alcohol field thermometer that I was able to calibrate using an ISTAT following the procedures from the GLOBE protocol. For the pH level, I was able to use pH paper to test the water. And lastly, I used a dissolved oxygen test kit to measure the lake's dissolved oxygen level. Next slide, please. This is my data results chart. The very left is the trend of water temperature. The middle is the trend of the pH level. And lastly, the one on the very right is the trend of dissolved oxygen level. Next slide, please. So for the first graph, as expected, the water temperature seemed to rise and drop according to the seasons and time of year, with a peak in August 2019 around 28 degrees Celsius and a low of 11 degrees Celsius in January 2020. The middle slide seems a lot more consistent than the other two, staying between 6 and 8 degrees, 6 and 8 pH units throughout the whole time I collected data. Seemed optimal for the fish to survive. Lastly, the dissolved oxygen levels needed to be above 4 milligrams per liter in order for the fish to survive. Analyzed my data, it showed this mostly until around November 2019. This is when I started seeing units for less than 4 milligrams per liter. is what questioned me because I didn't see any fish dying there around the time. So I let it go on for around 4 weeks. If you don't remember, there was outliers under 4 milligrams per liter. But after those 4 weeks, it didn't seem like it was changing. So I considered the fact that it might be a bad batch of ampules. So for the next week, I bought a new one, and it seems to go back to normal. Besides those outliers, it seemed that there was a trend that followed the temperature, which peaking in milligrams per liter around the summertime and dropping again in the winter around the same time as the temperature did. Next slide, please.
One minute.
In conclusion, the fish and wildlife were able to flourish at Lake Maconan because the lake has the following essential qualities. Water temperature was between 11 degrees Celsius and 28 degrees Celsius. The pH level was between 6 to 8 pH units. And lastly, dissolved oxygen level is above 4 milligrams per liter. Next slide, please. These are my citations and references. Next slide, please. That is all. Thank you.
Great. Thanks, Cody. We'll start with your first question from the audience. How do you think the trends would change throughout the rest of the year?
I feel like the temperature would follow the trend of the seasons, like it did for the time span I did. The pH levels, I think it would fluctuate between 8 and 6 and 8. And lastly, if there's no more hiccups in my dissolved oxygen levels, I think that it would also follow the trend of the years.
That's a great answer. And your next question is, the samples collected from the same depth, not from the center of the lake. Does the depth of the lake affect this?
For the most part, I was gathering the sample water from the same area throughout all the times to keep my data consistent. I did it more off the shore of the lake with a depth of around like 5 to 10 feet. So, yeah.
Great. And what are the actions after investigating the lake?
I would stop looking at my data. I plan to, I was thinking about if I would find anything about how it affects the fish and what it was required. So I think I might follow up with the people who run the lake and see if they can keep the levels where it's essential for the fish to flourish. So I no longer see any more dead fish or floating dead fish.
Sure. And how significant is your study for the community in that way?
It's significant in the sense of the people who live around there, and how because people would go there and no one would really want to see like dead animals in their lake. So I feel like as long as you keep a healthy lake, keep a healthy environment for the community around there.
Definitely. I agree with that. Well, thanks so much for your hard work, and I'm sure your community really appreciates that as well. So keep it up. We'll move on to the next project.
Hello everyone, my name is Bilal Bidun.
I'm Nazi Bidun.
I'm Hassan Day. And we are the Aaron Group from Crestwood High School, Dearborn Heights, Michigan. We fly kites outfitted with the weather sensors to collect data. Next slide, please. Our research questions are: do near surface weather parameters such as air temperature, humidity, and dew point predict the altitude and types of clouds that form? How do select weather parameters measured at ground level compare with the same weather parameters at approximately 122 meters or 400 feet above the surface during winter? And how does vertical profiling using air and NASA technology compare at northern latitudes as compared with warmer latitudes like those found in Thailand in the future?
Next slide, please. In January through March of 2020, our team learned how to fly a 7-foot levitation Delta kite outfitted with NASA Air and Aeropod technology and learned how to use a Kestrel 5500 weather meter to remotely collect data. Multiple weather parameters, including air temperature, dew point, relative humidity, were collected on the surface and in the air. The site used for this investigation is the Crestwood High School football practice field. This site consists of short grass in an urban setting, and the climate is cold and temperate with a considerable amount of precipitation constantly. The site was typically very muddy due to the large amounts of snow that had melted over the course of the months with the data. Next slide, please. To conduct our research, we first went to the Crestwood High School practice field. The first picture here was taken by our Aeropod at an altitude of 1,000 feet. We then allowed the Kestrel to adjust to winter temperatures by leaving it out for a period of time before the data was collected. Next, the Kestrel was then mounted on a tripod and continuously took data every 20 seconds for about 15 minutes. We then took cloud data through the Globe Observer app every day to go along with our research. Next, the Kestrel was attached to an Aeropod, which would be attached to a kite. The kite would fly at an altitude of 122 meters or 400 feet with the Kestrel on it, which took data for 15 minutes. When we were finished, we sent all the data to our computer and averaged it out through Microsoft Excel. Next slide, please.
The air temperature indicates how fast the gas particles in the air are moving. Air temperature seems to be very correlated. As altitude increases, the air temperature decreases about 2 degrees Celsius constantly. Dew point is a temperature the air must be cooled in order to reach saturation. When dew point is reached, water vapor condenses and becomes a liquid. This is where the process of cloud formation begins. Dew point seems to be constantly lower on the ground versus in the air. If the dew point in the air and the dew point on the ground become very similar, fog would begin to form. Next slide, please. Relative humidity is the amount of water vapor present in the air. When relative humidity is 100%, water vapor condenses and begins to form clouds. In the air, the relative humidity seems to increase by a very small amount. The table here shows the effects the air temperature, dew point, and relative humidity had on cloud formation. Clouds associated with high dew point and relative humidity include shadow cumulus clouds, as shown in plate 6, stratus clouds, nimble stratus clouds, etc. Next slide, please. A plethora of research exists on vertical profiling using radiosonde technology and weather balloons. Much data is also collected today using airplanes and drones outfitted with weather sensors. There is a current void in published data using Aeropod technology with the equipment we are using. This and subsequent research seek to fill this gap. Mr. Godlowski of NASA helped us interpret our results, and we decided that there were strong correlations present. Although these correlations appear strong, more research is necessary to make further assumptions. Next slide, please. The significance of our research. The ARIN project uses NASA-based Aeropod technology and a complete setup to monitor weather. It is relatively inexpensive, under $100, and can be used all over the world while still providing accurate results. Studying microclimates can shed possible insight into phenomena such as fog formation, urban heat island effect, and other small-scale weather events. Mr. Godlowski of the NASA ARIN project motivated us to do this research in the atmosphere, and was always there to help us with equipment function and issues. The impacts of working with him, a mentor involved in NASA, was very motivating and inspirational to us. Next slide, please. The picture in the top left shows the Thailand students receiving the kite that we sent them. The picture in the top right shows the first time flying it. Our team has had strong ties with students at Princess Chulaborn, as we communicated with them on a weekly basis before COVID-19 on furthering our research. We communicate with each other through Facebook video chats, the pictures on the bottom. A special thank you to Mr. Tapanwat Chuklit of Princess Chulaborn in Thailand, and all their hard work and involvement in our project. The connections we build with different researchers all around the world are what inspire us to work so hard on these projects. We look forward to continuing our research with our collaborators in Thailand. Next slide, please. Your mic's on mute.
Microclimates are poorly understood in how they affect large-scale weather conditions, just beginning to be studied in greater detail. This project helps us determine the effect of various weather parameters on cloud formation and the overall effects on the macroclimate. We also hope in the future to continue to analyze microclimates and their effects and relationships between altitude and weather parameters. We hope to keep our strong friendship with our partner school in Thailand. We also been collecting data throughout the summer and hope to continue to do so. Thank you.
Great. So if you're ready for questions, we can move on to the question and answer portion.
Yeah, we're ready.
For Hassan, how can your study be a help to other countries that don't have the device or the Aeropods?
Well, basically what we study is how do weather parameters help on cloud formation. And cloud formation plays a role in climate, right? So clouds can like cool the ground, and yeah.
Great. And the next question for Bilal, what was it like to compare aerial data to surface data?
The aerial data obviously was, what's it called? The aerial data was obviously a lot different than the surface data since we had to use different devices. For the surface data, we had to use use a tripod and use the Kestrel at lower altitudes compared to the higher altitudes. So the data was different, obviously, but it was a lot harder to collect the aerial data because we had to get the kite up and like compare the differences.
The next question is for Nazit. Do you think that the type of the land surface, sand, mud, grass, or trees, affects your study?
Yeah, I do think so, because if we studied on a different surface, the sunlight would probably absorb like higher, and that would make the surface temperatures a lot different when we collect the weather parameters on the ground and versus in the air. And also to add on what Bilal said, sometimes the conditions in the weather weren't right for us to fly. So for surface versus ground, for surface versus aerial flying, sometimes we could collect surface data, but in the air we can't because it's not enough wind or it's too rainy, so the kite would fly and break.
Yeah, that makes sense. And the last question here is for Hassan. What do you think you would do differently next time?
I think next time we would fly at a higher altitude so we can get just a better variety of results.
Great. Again, thank you so much for your project. I'm really excited for you guys in the future to continue studying microclimates, and thanks for your hard work on this.
Thank you.
I think we're going to move on to the next project. I don't think there's a representative here for this one. Actually, I'm not sure this project has a representative either here currently. So we'll move on to the final SRS project.
Hi, my name is Zahir Damon, and welcome to our project based on the assessment of the role of urban trees play in modifying weather in a city park. My name is Zahir Damon.
My name is Anas Sal.
My name is Mohammed Hussein.
Next slide, please. We chose Lovegood Park for our site as it is the only nearby public park with a large group of trees. We used the PESCO Weather Center to measure atmospheric parameters to determine differences in areas with trees and without trees. Site 1 is the picture on top in the center of a group of trees, and Site 2 on the bottom is in the center of the baseball field. We collected data with our PESCO weather centers and compared them to draw conclusions on the effects of trees. Next slide, please. For our research question, we wanted to look at the effects of trees had on different atmospheric parameters. We had to pick a research question that we could answer given the equipment we could borrow from our high school science department. Next slide, please. To determine tree height, we first had to learn globe tree height and circumference protocols. We then were able to use the Globe app in conjunction with a clinometer to determine tree height and a diameter tape to determine the circumference of the trees. Next slide, please.
So throughout our Globe project, we collected data using a PESCO weather sensor. One Pasco sensor was located in each site, and we collected data over 15 minutes and averaged our results. Through this, we got all our results. So typically we noticed that the temperature of both sites were usually around the same, but one day, March 4th, we saw higher temperatures in Site 1. Another atmospheric parameter we measured was relative humidity. Site 1 generally had higher relative humidity throughout most of the days measured. Next slide, please. So our next parameter is dew point, which is the temperature at which water vapor condenses. And this was usually higher at Site 1 except for March 6. Also, the human X was generally higher at Site 1. Next slide, please. So the next parameter was absolute humidity. This was also generally higher for Site 1 except for March 6. Next slide, please. So throughout us analyzing our results, we noticed that the wind speed showed the most variation between the two sites out of all the parameters. Generally, wind speed was higher in Site 2, but on March 3rd and March 6th, it was higher in Site 1. Next slide, please.
We found that the most significant effect trees had was on wind speeds. The site in the cluster of trees had lower wind speeds than the open field site. Next slide, please. Because we only had 6 days worth of data, we only found minor differences between the two sites. Collecting more data would have allowed us to find more significant differences that could help draw a better conclusion. In the future, we plan on implementing data to show how increased canopy cover from the trees affect weather parameters. Thank you.
Great, thanks so much. We'll start with the first question for Mohammed Hussein. How did you become interested in this project?
Our teacher, Mrs. Deanna Johns, which we thank a lot, promoted us to start Globe, and she just made us interested in trees.
Awesome. For Anas, what outside resources helped you with your project?
Outside resources? What do you mean by outside resources?
So did somebody help you outside of your school, outside of Miss Diana Johns, or?
So we had a professional forester. He helped us learn how to use the clinometer, so we had more accurate height measurements, and that really helped a lot when we measured our trees.
Yeah, that's great. For Zar, do you think that the height of the trees affect your weather data?
We didn't specifically measure this, but this would be interesting to look at, is maybe if the trees are lower down, the wind speeds will be lower on the Pasco device, as the winds will be blocked more. But if the trees may be higher up and the leaves maybe block the wind, might not block the winds as much. So this would be interesting to look at.
The next question for Mohammed Hussein. What would you do differently next time on this project?
We recorded all our data in the winter, so we would want to further our data in the summer or in the spring.
And the next question for Anas. Would you like to continue this type of research in the future?
Yeah, we hope to expand on it, and because like Mohammed said, we did it in the winter, so we want to see what changes would be we find when we do it in like different seasons.
Great, and it looks like that's time. So I just want to thank you guys so much for your work on the project, and excited to see what you come back with next year.
Thank you so much.
And finally, we're going to move on to the IVSS projects that were specifically judged by the panel at GIO for the mosquito protocol. So this was done by the Zika Education and Prevention Project. And we looked at the specific mosquito protocol projects. And here were the winners.
Hi, good morning, everybody. My name is Juliana Vilela. My team is a science club from Minas Gerais School in Rio de Janeiro, Brazil. Our teacher is Denise Mawad. Next slide, please.
Oh yeah, my next one.
Today, we would like to present our school science project. The question of the project is if the presence of construction waste in our school interferes with the increase in mosquito breeding sites in captive traps. Next slide, please. Why is this project important? Aedes aegypti is a mosquito that transmits dengue disease, urban yellow fever, chikungunya, and Zika virus. The virus is transmitted by female mosquitoes, and if we have more mosquito breeding sites, reproduction will be faster, a true match for transmission of disease. Next slide, please. We believe that detecting an increase of mosquito larvae in traps placed in our school in the presence of construction waste is very important to control disease transmission. Next slide, please. Our research question is if the presence of construction waste in our school interferes with increase in mosquito population size. Next slide, please. This is the study area, Minas Gerais School Gardens in Rio de Janeiro. The red circle is our school. The map is the breeding site area. Next slide, please. How did we do our project and research? First, we collect the larvae of the captive traps and compare them in two different periods, 2018 and 2019. Using the mosquito app, we were able to identify whether construction waste increased the larvae of the captive traps. Next slide, please. These are our results. In Minas Gerais School Gardens, comparing the two periods of time, we observed that the construction waste did increase the number of larvae in captive traps. Next slide, please. In our conclusions, we observed that the area around captive breeders affect the number of mosquitoes. The number of mosquitoes is higher in captive traps in the presence of construction waste. Next slide, please. We appreciate everybody who support our project. Thank you for your attention.
Thanks, Juliana. We'll start with the first question. What did you learn from this project specifically?
I think I didn't know anything about mosquitoes, so in my school I started the project and I learned like how they do the cycle of the life and how they yeah, that's it. How they that's right.
Yeah, and so what was the most interesting part to you, do you think?
I believe that the most interesting part for me was the collect data. I like to collect the data and see how they live in the traps we made. Observe that thing.
Yeah. And what do you think you would do differently next time?
I think I will collect more data. For sure, the mosquito gender was increased.
And the last question is, why do you think this is important for your community?
I think it's important because we make the community more aware in the increase of mosquitoes and know the problems about it.
Yeah, I agree. I think this project is really important and I'm glad you did this work and your group members. And so good work, and I'm excited to see next year's project. Thanks.
Next slide.
Good everyone. Welcome to 2020 Virtual Globe. Introduction. Malaria is one of the most severe global health challenges facing humanity by 2014. In Nigeria, it has been shown that the abundance of various mosquito species include the general Anopheles, the Culex, and Aedes. St. Peter's Secondary School, Akure, is a co-educational institution where there is farmland, water runoff, and a kitchen that serve for the school. The school compound has possible places for building common mosquitoes. The study seeks to identify the different species of mosquito larvae and the psychochemical properties that are favorable for and the distribution of larvae in special community. Next slide.
Research questions. Where are typical breeding mosquito habitats in special community? What are the different general mosquito larvae found in special community? What are the physicochemical properties which enable the breeding of mosquito larvae in the study area? And what is the spread distribution of the biodiversity of mosquitoes in special community? Next slide.
Research method. Next slide. Research method. The GLOBE protocol included in our project are the hydrology protocol, in which measures the water temperature and water pH, the atmospheric protocol, in which measures the atmospheric temperature and relative humidity. We collected our water sample from our two sites, hydrosite A and B. Hydrosite A is a shallow pool of flowing water, and hydrosite B is a stagnant water with bush environment. Also, hydrosite A also has a bush environment. We collected our water sample and they were taken to the lab for them to be analyzed. The image when there's hydrosite A, that's me and my team when we're collecting the water sample in our site, and we're also taking the physiochemical properties in the site using the beta hygrothermometer and the beta soil meter. Next slide. Results. Table 1 shows what we got from hydrosite A, which is a shallow pool of plain water, and table 2 shows what we got from hydrosite B, which is stagnant water with bushy environment. We use the microclip-on lens to count and magnify the larva gotten from the site with the use of the mosquito habitat mapper and the Globe Observer application. We used to identify the different species on general of mosquito found. We found that some of them have a spindle-shaped siphon, and that's an Aedes species, and some of them has no siphon, and that shows us that is an Anopheles species. Next slide.
Discussion. The abundance of each genera found in the hydrosite are due to domestic runoffs, human activities, food of stagnant water, household and kitchen waste. Also, there's an abundance of the Aedes genera and Anopheles genera mosquitoes in the community. Certain physicochemical properties are also necessary for the breeding of mosquito larvae, and they include a pH range from 3.5 to 8.0, an air temperature range from 32 degrees to 39 degrees Celsius, water temperature range from 25 degrees to 35 degrees Celsius, and relative humidity from 10% to 42%. Also, in hydrosite A, there's an abundance of the Anopheles genera to the Aedes genera, and in hydrosite B, there is an abundance of the Aedes genera too. So we can deduce that in hydrosite A, disease transmitted by Anopheles are abundant. In hydrosite B, disease transmitted by Aedes are abundant. Next slide.
Next slide. Conclusion. The abundance of mosquito species in the breeding sites could be due to the availability of the possible breeding site. So therefore, there is need to control strategies that will target the vector species. Also, there should be public enlightenment for individuals on human activity. Next slide. These are some of next slide. Next slide. Conclusion. The abundance of mosquito species in the breeding sites could be due to the availability of breeding sites, lack of good drainage. Therefore, there is need to control strategies that will target vector species. And also, there should be public alignment for individuals on how to dispose their refuges, that is on human activity. Next slide. Next slide.
Great. So I think if you're ready, we'll move on to questions. For Akin Sumare, did you identify variables that affect the population of larvae in specific areas?
Come again.
Did you identify different variables that affects the larvae population?
Actually, we only identified two general mosquito larvae during the course of our research. Further research will lead to more general, and maybe we can extend our investigation.
Great. For Paul, did you consider other communities, not only your SPUSA community, in identifying mosquitoes?
No, we didn't consider our community. We only studied our community, which is SPUSA community. And we only identified two breeding sites, possible sites of mosquito, on which we carried out an investigation.
Awesome. And for Kemisola, how are you sure that your digital hydrometer is accurate?
We are not really sure about the accuracy of the digital hydrometer, but due to the values that are favorable for the breeding of mosquito in the environment that was given to us.
And the last question for Akin Sumare, you described your limitations. What would you do differently next time?
Come again.
What do you think you would do differently next time, continuing this research?
Okay. Next time we do our research, we can improve the protocols like studying salinity and other flow protocols that are also favorable for mosquito breeding in different habitats.
Great. Thank you guys so much. This is a really important project for your community, and you put in a lot of hard work. Thanks.
Thank you.
Okay, good morning to all of you. My name is Milagros Arellana. My classmates are Jane Rosado and Hector Rivadeneira, and today we'll talk about the work Alert, mosquito risk on the campus of the National Agrarian University La Molina. Next slide, please. Okay, the Agrarian University is located in Lima, Peru. It's characterized by its vast diversity of landscapes such as ponds and irrigation channels. These offer habitats for many species, for example, mosquitoes, who use them to breed. Mosquito is the name to several insect families from the Diptera order. They are characterized by having a partial aquatic life and their wide distribution in tropical and subtropical climates. These insects take advantage of artificial or natural water accumulations to lay eggs. Mosquitoes can be vector of various pathogens such as dengue, lymphatic filariasis, and malaria, for the need to feed on blood to improve the development of eggs. After we used the mosquito habitat mapper app, we found that most of the mosquitoes belong to genus Culex, and the irrigation channels were the most important breed habitats. Next slide, please. Research questions. 1. Is Culex the most common genus of mosquito at the Agrarian University campus? 2. What is the distribution of mosquitoes at the Agrarian University campus? And 3. What is the importance of irrigation channels in the spreading of mosquitoes at the Agrarian University campus? Next slide, please.
Methodology. Mosquito larvae were monitored at 2 times of the year November 2019 and January 2020, with at least 3 field trips each, following the steps of the Globe Observer app. Next slide, please. The first picture is a map. The place where bodies of water have been found in Agraria University are presented and could potentially serve as breeding areas for mosquito larvae, as well as a map obtained from the GLOBE program visualization page. The figure above of the total number of sites studied, only 65.2% have mosquito larvae. 3 types of mosquito were studied, Culex, Anopheles, and Aedes, the latter being found only in Sector C. The figure below, as you can see in the dispersion graph. In the bodies of water, a greater amount of Culex was presented with a total of 2,490, followed by Anopheles with 18 and Aedes with 10. These results reflect for Culex an alarming amount. Next slide, please.
The most relevant discussions are: mosquito larvae appear mostly in body water with the following characteristic vegetated areas: dissolved organic matter and shade. Fish pond or reservoirs with tadpoles are free from mosquito larvae. Some macroinvertebrate larvae that feed mosquito larvae were found in some irrigation channels. These could be used as biological controllers. Next slide, please. Next, por favor. Yeah. Conclusions. Culex is the dominant genus at the UNAL campus. At the Agraria University campus, Culex is a dominant genus that was found on November and January, while the Anopheles and Aedes only in January. Irrigation channels are the main habitat for mosquito larvae. The UNAL recreation pools were not identified as breeding habitat for mosquitoes due to the presence of fish and tadpoles. Next slide, please. These are some references. Next slide, please. Next.
1 minute.
Community involvement. The research report was sent to the Dean of the Sciences Faculty to run a play to mitigate the mosquito population in the campus of the UNAL.
A malaria disease student research group is going to use this investigation for improve its own work.
We would like to say thank you to the following persons who contributed to improve our work: Dorian Jenny, Dr. Heather Plancha, and Professor Ever Menach. Next slide, please.
Thank you for your time. Any question?
So the first question is for Milagros. It was said the insect takes advantage of artificial water. What is artificial water? O sea, decía que el insecto aprovecha el agua artificial. ¿Qué es el agua artificial?
Por ejemplo, baldes o floreros, eso se considera un hábitat artificial.
And the next question for Hector, did you compare measurements with rainy days? ¿Comparaste medidas con días lluviosos?
We select rainy day processes so it can be more effective. Comparamos los días lluviosos y tratamos de que todo esté a la par, para que el día lluvioso no es una variable que nosotros podamos estudiar.
Perfect. And for Jane, what biological controllers were present in the area while acquiring mosquito larvae? ¿Qué controladores biológicos estuvieron presentes en el área al adquirir larvas de mosquito?
Encontramos un controlador biológico que se llama cola de Cola de... Ay, un momento. ¿Cómo se llama? Era un correlador biológico que se llamaba cola de
Ratón.
De ratón, cola de ratón. Y que ese es el único... otro controlador biológico que encontramos fue en los acuarios, en la Facultad de Pesquería, que eran los peces, renacuajos, hasta anfibios encontramos.
Yeah. So the answer is that they had found a biological controller in the water called mouse tail, and so that's what they found when acquiring the larvae. So that's all the time for the question and answer. Thank you so much for your work, and we hope to see you back next year with another project. Thank you.
Hello everyone, today we are going to talk about our project that is mosquito larvae diversity and abundance relation to land cover in coastal area in Krang province, Thailand. Next slide please. The coastal area of Krang is very important for local people and for tourists. The livelihood of local people depends on this coastal area. We would like to know whether the people are at risk of mosquito-borne disease in this area. Next slide, please. Our research objectives are the first, to investigate the effect of different coastal areas, beech forest area, Melaleuca forest area, mangrove forest area, and forest near residential area on the mosquito larvae species and their number. The second, to investigate the difference in water quality between overtrap with mosquito larvae in each coastal area. The third, to investigate the relationship between water quality and mosquito larvae number. And the fourth, to calculate the overtrap index in each forest area. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Our study site is at Rajmangala Beach, Sikau District, Krang Province. This experiment was conducted in 4 different land cover: beech forest area, Melaleuca forest area, mangrove forest area, and forest near residential area in a coastal area. Next slide, please.
This slide shows methodology. We have 5 steps for our research. First step, install equipment. We set up overtrap in 4 areas, 20 overtraps in each area. Step 2, collecting data. Step 3, mosquitoes identification. Step 4, input data in mosquito habitat mapper. And the last step, data analysis. Next slide, please.
These are results from our study. This slide shows types and numbers of mosquito larvae in different coastal areas. Look at the graph. We found the numbers of Aedes albopicus that were highest in all areas, followed by Culex and Aedes aegypti. Aedes aegypti we found only in mangrove forest area and forest near residential area. And total of mosquito larvae were highest in forest near residential area. Next slide, please. And this table shows water quality in overtrap with mosquito larvae in coastal area. You can see surface temperature, pH, and electrical conductivity were not different in 4 areas. But look at the water temperature. You can see that water temperature wasn't different except in the forest area. And look at this picture. This picture shows the relationship between numbers of mosquito larvae and water quality. The number of mosquitoes was positively correlated with water temperature, surface temperature, and electrical conductivity in beech forest area, Melaleuca forest area, and forest near residential area respectively. But in mangrove forest area, the number of mosquito larvae wasn't correlated with water quality. Next slide, please. This table shows the proportion of coexistence of mosquito larvae in overtrap in different coastal areas. Look at the mosquito larvae in overtrap. You can see that our studies show that different species of mosquito larvae can coexist in the same container. And look at the overtrap index. Overtrap index in all four areas was higher than 10%. So it means that in all areas were risk of dengue fever. And look at the proportion of mosquito larvae. The proportion of Aedes albopictus were highest than all areas. Next slide, please.
This is our reference. Next slide, please.
Thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you. We'll start with the first question for Piyapat. How can your study be a useful aid for other researchers that also identify mosquitoes but don't have a coastal area nearby?
We share the knowledge about mosquito larvae and area conditions with the Rajamangala University of Technology, local people, other schools, and distribute to the public. The results that these study sites are dengue-rich area were feedback to the Department of Disease Control. So, the village health volunteer can raise some awareness to stop mosquito larvae disease at the source, and researchers can use this data to conduct further studies.
Great. And the next question for Kanyakorn. What did you think the most interesting area to study was?
I think in mangrove forest area because we can find the breeding site, but we can find the mosquito larvae.
And the last question for Suryut. Why doesn't the mangrove area correlate with your data? What will you do to improve this next time?
Because water quality in mangrove forest area are often different in each container. And maybe more collecting data and make some invention to reduce mosquito number.
Great, thank you so much. Thanks for your hard work, and we're going to move on to the next project. And in this project, we will be showing a presentation via video.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Paraiso Khali, enseignant global au Bénin. Nous sommes là pour vous présenter le résumé des travaux de nos apprenants, dont le thème est intitulé Analyse quantitative des données de mosquitos habitat mapper en Afrique de l'Ouest de juillet 2018 à février 2020. Ce travail a été co-encadré par M. Boussari Abdou Wadou.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Anago Foukon. En introduction, le Zika est une maladie due à un virus. arbovirus, principalement transmis par les moustiques. Ce virus est transmis par les moustiques du genre Aedes. Il est répandu en Asie et en Afrique et a récemment émergé en Amérique centrale et en Amérique du Sud. En résumé du travail, le Sénégal vient en tête avec 3157 données, suivi du Bénin qui a pu totaliser 1964 données. Enfin vient le Burkina Faso avec 120 données. Au Bénin, on constate qu'environ 22,44% des structures n'ont envoyé leurs données que par une site. Par contre, 20,40% ont pu utiliser au moins 20 différents sites de collecte.
Bonjour, je m'appelle Boussari Iksan. Je vous présente nos questions de recherche. Question 1. Comment évolue la collecte des données dans 3 pays d'Afrique de l'Ouest? Question 2. Quels sont les 3 meilleurs moyens de collecte de données? Question 3. Au niveau du Bénin, quelles sont les structures impliquées dans la collecte?
Je m'appelle Adela Boalilata. Méthode de recherche. Pour faire ce travail, nous sommes allés dans la base de données de Globe pour consulter les diverses données envoyées par la communauté. On a donc utilisé un ordinateur portable, une connexion Internet, la banque de données de Globe, des stylos et crayons à papier, la table Excel par la confection des graphes.
Résultat, au Sénégal, les 3 meilleurs mois de collecte sont avril 2019, septembre 2019 et octobre 2019. Par contre, au Bénin, les 3 meilleurs mois sont mai 2019, septembre 2019 et octobre 2019. Au Bénin, les structures qui ont pu utiliser le plus grand nombre de sites de collecte sont les universités, les citoyens scientifiques et des organisations non gouvernementales qui sont pour la plupart marquées par des grands effectifs.
Je m'appelle Fabio Moussi. En discussion, le Sénégal vient en tête avec 3157 données, suivi du Bénin qui a pu totaliser 1134 données. Cela peut être dû au niveau d'implication du collectif des anciens élèves Globe, de la vigilance et veille des coordonnateurs pays. Au Bénin, les centres de recherche et les universités ont généré plus de données. Cela prouve l'amour pour les sciences appliquées qu'ont les jeunes étudiants. Au niveau des centres qui ont généré moins de données, nous avons constaté que ce sont pour la plupart des centres d'éducation primaire et secondaire. Ces derniers, dans notre contexte, n'ont pas accès aux smartphones.
En conclusion, nous avions analysé les données du Bénin, Burkina Faso et du Sénégal de juillet 2018 à la fin du mois de février 2020. Les élèves, étudiants, les chercheurs, les anciens élèves globaux, les centres de recherche, les écoles, les organisations non gouvernementales et les citoyens scientifiques ont tous participé à cette campagne. Nous souhaitons que les efforts se redoublent au niveau de chaque pays pour que cela soit un succès commun pour l'Afrique.
Merci beaucoup. Nous voici à la fin de la présentation de notre travail. Nous remercions sincèrement notre coordonnatrice, Madame Ali Dianatou, et nous disons un grand merci à notre aîné, M. Lawani Elias, pour les accompagnements de tous les jours, et nous remercions aussi nos apprenants pour avoir quand même été très bons pour la présentation. On ne peut pas finir sans oublier notre cher collègue qui est chaque fois derrière la caméra, M. Oussari Abdou Wadoud, pour le soutien et les conseils de tous les jours. Je vous remercie.
So thanks for all of you for attending, and a huge thank you and congratulations to all of the students who presented today. You all are a really big part of what makes the Globe community so special. A note to the audience, the list of projects shown today will be made available so you can read the reports more in depth. And this recording will also be available. As a final reminder, our closing session will begin right here at 10 a.m. Mountain Time. See you there.
Hi everyone, Jan here. It's COVID time, and we are all going a little bit crazy spending so much time at home. I know one of the ways I've been coping is by taking a walk every day up in this beautiful Chautauqua Park near my house. We wanted to know what the Globe students are up to, so we put out a call asking them to send us videos of what they're doing. Got a lot of great ones back. Here are some of them.
Many times people forget about social distancing and do not maintain it. So I thought, why not we keep the remembering part to the robot. So if I bring this close to the device, it will start buzzing, and when it goes far away, it has stopped now.
In this COVID situation, all are staying indoors. So I use this time effectively to research how to use drone to collect environmental data. As you can see, this is the drone I have made for my project. This is the ground station of the drone. We can set the waypoints such as
Now I will take you for my favorite place where I practice my favorite hobby, which is drawing.
Now I am in my garden. This garden for growing fruit and vegetable that easy to grow. This is lime tree. This is lime, lime fruit.
I planted some flower plants like Namdiyar Vatam and some fruits plants, guava, and this is, I can see, this is rambutan.
Our activities consist on finding mosquitoes larvae, and we will identify them later.
And we use Globe Observer app Mosquito Habitat Mapper to take a photo of a place and to send data informations to Globe. Now we can see a picture of our larvae.
In these days, I used to spend some of my time in my grandfather's farms. I am taking care of some animals, like we have cows, we have camels, and we have lovely horses. And I have learned how to ride them. It's interesting. And I like to hang out in the nature and breathe some fresh air.
I take a bottle and paint black on this bottle. Over it, I will paint Kathakali. Here it is, I've completed my work. Is it nice?
And this is my activity, dying the COVID-19 station that used tourists of mosquito.
This is some present we want to give you to help you protect your health.
Hi everyone, welcome to the closing address. This session is being recorded. My name is Dr. Julie Moenberg, and I wanted to share some thank yous and acknowledgements today for having this meeting happen. So first, when I say thank you to all of our judges for the International Virtual Science Symposium, you can see a lot of names on this slide, and you probably can't read all of them, but we had 135 people volunteer to judge projects. If you look on the app, they're all listed in the acknowledgement section. So thank you to all of these judges. We also want to recognize that we have had 6 people who have judged every single year of the Virtual Science Symposium. So a huge thank you to Mulika, Sunita, Anna, Hamid, Mohammed, and Dorian. We really appreciate you spending time each year to judge these projects. And we want to acknowledge our sponsors. Allison, Brandon, John, and Kia are always incredibly supportive and gives a lot of great feedback, and we really appreciate them. We also have great regional coordination offices. Mark, Desh, Donna, Mariana, and Selma all provide a lot of resources to their communities, and we really appreciate them also. And we have working groups in education, evaluation, science, and technology. They reported out earlier this week and also met multiple times this week to work on the upcoming year and talk about the previous year. So thank you to all of you. I wanted to mention too, the Globe Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Task Force. This group presented on Wednesday and met this past week also, and spent a lot of time over the past 5 months to share a statement and an action plan with all of you. We've also had a lot of other people who've helped out this week. SSA, Dave, Cornell, and Autumn shared a lot of presentations on the website and technology. We had our videos. A lot of them were made by Tommy Hyde from On Up Creative. We've also had fantastic AV support from Allegiant Source, including Brian. We've had captioning all week provided by Alternative Communication Services. And we've had graphic design services by Jen Paul Glazer from Scribe Arts. I also want to mention the staff of the Implementation Office. Everybody here has worked on this meeting in some capacity, so thank you to everybody on our staff. And we have the virtual meeting planning team. This group of people were working on having an in-person meeting in Washington, D.C., and then changed all of that to actually host this online meeting. So really, these people have gone above and beyond to have this meeting happen this week. And finally, I want to thank you. Without all of you, we wouldn't have this meeting, so thank you all for attending and taking part. After the meeting is concluded, you're going to get a certificate with your name on it, and also instructions to put a virtual badge onto your profile page on globe.gov, or to share on social media or wherever else they could share it. And we will also have a survey for you to complete. We really appreciate your feedback on that survey. So again, thank you for taking part in this. And now, bring up Tony.
Good morning, everyone, and it's wonderful to be here this morning. Thank you, Julie, for that extensive list of thank yous. And indeed, a meeting like this would not be possible without a huge amount of work in the background as well. And as the theme of the meeting this year was reflecting on the past and looking to the future, I'd like to look a little bit to the future and look to the year ahead. And if we could go to the next slide. So as Julie said, we have 4 working groups, and those working groups have been incredibly busy over the last year. One of the main tasks that the science working group has been working on is looking at ranking and creating a set of criteria for ranking the protocols, with the idea that we may sunset some protocols so that we can bring some new protocols on board. And as they were developing this, they looked through the lens of science as well as education, and then how to implement the protocols in the classroom. And then finally, what kind of societal impact does the protocols and the data that are associated with them bring to our community, but to society at large? And so these were a set of criteria that they've come up with. We will be looking forward to recommendations from the science working group over the fall on possible protocols that may be sunsetted. Again, there will be a public comment period for the community to also have input into this. Next slide, please. The education working group has been working tirelessly on creating the revised trainer and mentor trainer process, and right now this process is being communicated to the community, and final implementation of this should begin in 2021. There are lots of resources available on the globe.gov website in relation to this, numerous forms that people will need to complete to actually move through the process. So if you are interested in doing this or learning more about this, visit the globe.gov website. Next slide, please. The evaluation working group has been doing a lot of work around a special group of members of our community, the alumni. And so they have been interviewing a number of alumni from around the 6 regions of the program and of our community, and they're going to prepare a report for that will be available on the website. They're also going to upload the set of questions that were used onto the Globe website in some form or other to collect more responses, because they focus on a small number of alumni for the interviews. And then we're going to look at how do we create an alumni page that can really help to advertise the possibility of alumni and their skills and their ability to be able to work with the community in their particular regions. So we'll be working with the evaluation working group on that. Next slide, please. All right, we have a wonderful community here. We have a wonderful, we're spread across the globe, and one of the poll questions that we asked here was, how many globe countries do we actually have? So if we can look at the results. Wow, 100%, that's wonderful. All of you know that we have 123 countries in the program, and that's wonderful. Oh, we just got a little change there from on the poll. So we do have 123 countries. If we could go to the next slide, please. And we have 123 countries because we welcomed 2 new countries into our family this year, the country of Georgia and the country of the Slovak Republic. We have 123 countries spread across 6 regions, and these are clearly visible on the globe.gov website as well. You can find out which countries are in which particular regions if you don't know. Next slide, please. We also would like to welcome back to the family Australia. This is a wonderful development that happened recently. The Australian Space Agency is the lead agency, and the Commonwealth Scientific and Industrial Research Organization will be the implementing agency. This is a wonderful addition back to the Asia and Pacific region. And we're excited that Australia will be coming back on board and getting re-engaged with the program. So welcome back to the family, Australia. Next slide, please. As we look at our community of 123 countries, we also asked the question on how many attendees we had at the meeting. And so if we could see the poll results for that. All right, so we have a variety of answers here. Our options were 199, 237, 315, or 429. And we indeed have 429 participants from 72 countries attending this virtual meeting. If we can go back to the presentation, to the flags. And these are the flags of the countries that are represented across those 429 participants. So thank you for being part of this meeting. Thank you for being up at all hours of the night to watch some of these presentations. We know that we span the globe, and so we span time zones. So thank you very much for your attendance at some of these sessions when it's very, very late for you or very, very early for you. Next slide. One of the most important tasks that we've also worked on this particular year, and you heard a report out from the Community Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Task Force yesterday, and they made a number of important recommendations, and you can see those listed there. We're already beginning to work on some of these, like finding funding for DE&I, but also creating a DE&I working group and how that's going to unfold. So we'll be working on a number of those particular tasks, or sorry, particular recommendations, in a very focused way in the next couple of months. Next slide. Technology. You heard over the last number of days some of the great changes that are being made, and we did ask a poll question about this as well, and about the new combined app. So if we can see the results there. How excited are you about the new combined app? Well, it's great that we see that there's 68% of you very excited about it. 25% are over the moon. That's absolutely wonderful. And we have a small percentage that are somewhat, perhaps they're not too sure what it's going to look like. So if we go back to the screen, to the presentation, we can see what the proposed screens for the combined app will look like. So the very first image that you see there is what Globe observers will see as they enter the new combined app. And they can always learn about doing more in Globe. If you're a trained user, like a teacher, a partner, a trainer, you will see a different screen as you enter the app. And then once you're in there, you can really select which particular protocols you want to do, and all of the protocols will be listed. The group SSAI, Dave Cornell and their team are starting with Atmosphere as the set of protocols that will be available at the very first, or at the initial stages of this. So it's great to see that so many people are excited about the new app. I'm certainly excited about it coming out. I think it'll be a great addition to the program. But of course, the technology changes don't just stop there. So next slide, please. The web architecture really has been a focus for a number of us over the last number of months. There has been a web architecture team. We've received input from a lot of teachers and other users of the website. And so the proposed, you can see some of the proposed changes to the top navigation that will be rolled out in the next couple of months. And so we're hoping that this will make a lot of those items that people perhaps find difficult to find more visible and more prominent on the page. Next slide. And also, as part of that improved navigation, your My Page will get a new look, and we're also hoping that that new look will encourage people to update their page more, to be able to see where their data lie, and also to actually put some new pieces into their My Page, such as blogs and so on. Next slide, please. Campaigns. Campaigns are a very important part of the program. It's where we get our data from, in addition to our regular data updates, but campaigns will continue with all safety precautions followed wherever students and others collect data. So again, safety is of paramount importance in the collection of data. If there are movement restrictions in your area because of the pandemic, we ask that people observe those first, And then if they can collect data, that's wonderful. But also be mindful that there's lots of other ways that you can stay involved in the program, running as part of campaigns. You can also look at webinars that have been placed on the website about data analysis, other activities that can be done inside the house or inside your homes. This month, we have a cloud challenge, and that cloud challenge began on the 15th of July and goes through the 15th of August. We're hoping that as the new app also, the new combined app will be released, that will also increase data entry, not alone through campaigns, but through everyday usage of the app for other protocols. Next slide, please. The International Virtual Science Symposium for 2021. Information around this will be launched in September. Again, as Julie noted, special thanks to the International Virtual Science Symposium 5-year judges for their commitment to judging and to giving feedback to students. Also, special thanks to the GIO staff that are involved in that. In this particular task, it's a very heavy lift at certain points in the project, so thanks to the GIO staff, also to the working group members, to the RCOs, teachers, and of course to you students. This could not be done without you because you are the generator of the research reports that become part of the IVSS. As Julie mentioned, all 2020 IVSS judges are listed in the app, and we look forward to receiving reports from student teachers in the spring of 2021. And just as a reminder, we normally require that students collect GLOBE data as part of the IVSS. That will be relaxed this year. You do need to use GLOBE data, but you can access that data from the database that contains over 180 million data points. So no lacking of data, but the requirement on collecting data for the IVSS will be relaxed for 2021. Next slide, please. The strategic plan. So many of you heard me present about the strategic plan in Detroit last year. It was very exciting to look at some of those results. We used the strategic plan with the working groups and others to move the program forward. As a community, we continue to work towards the performance measures, and I'm going to share some results with you over the next 2 slides. We are roughly at midpoint on our strategic plan, and we did have a plan in place for our face-to-face meeting where people would help us to revise some of those performance measures. This now will take a different track, and the measures will be revised and updated throughout the fall of 2020 with the working groups. And Dr. Valerie Williams, who's our UCP evaluator and who's the evaluator for the program and was heavily involved with the development of the strategic plan a number of years ago. So the reason that we need to revisit the performance measures is because we are outperforming some of those measures, which is wonderful, and we need to revise them to be more reflective of some of the wonderful work that you are doing as a community. So here are 2 examples of the 2019 data. Next slide, Julie, please. So you may remember this from last year in Detroit, but we created a symbol of where we were on target for our performance measures, where we had achieved them, where we needed some attention, and where we really didn't have any baseline data for some of the goals that we were looking at within the strategic plan, and then trying to develop performance measures for those. So in 2018, we were on target and making progress towards 30% of our overall measures. In 2019, there's a slight drop there, but not a significant one, to 27%. But if we look at the achieved performance target measures, we went from 34% in 2018 to 42% in 2019, and that's a phenomenal jump. Some do need attention. Some of the performance measures do need attention, but the good news is that that has fallen from 7% to 4% in 2019. And then some of the ones that don't have baseline data are roughly at the same level. So if we look overall at the strategic plan and some of the results, and if we can go to the next slide, just some of the high points. There was a 13% increase in survey responses across our annual survey from partners and country coordinators, and this is wonderful. Thank you for answering that annual survey. It's a very key component of some of the data that we use to look at the strategic plan and how we're progressing on that plan. So thank you for that increased response, and that annual survey will be going out in December again, so we'd ask you to take that very seriously and answer the annual survey. When we look at the education goals, the number of available GLOBE trainers in all regions has increased since 2018, and the number of active trainers has increased in most regions as well. And so this is wonderful news as we try to and connect with the revised trainer and mentor trainer process, and looking at how we can stabilize and build on trainers and training in different regions around the world. In relation to science goals, the percentage of scientists that reported having used or referenced GLOBE data in the past year exceeded the 2022 performance target of 20%, which is wonderful. And thank you to the scientists that are using the GLOBE data, and especially referencing when you do use it, because that's one of the ways that we also track the success of the program. In relation to community goals, we had 80 new members join the GLOBE community this year. In relation to technology, the percentage of GLOBE community members that use GLOBE science data entry often exceeded, which is at least once a month, exceeded the 2022 performance target of 30%. So again, we're hoping that as the combined app will be rolled out, that this will also increase. And finally, in relation to communication goals, the percentage of GLOBE community members that reported sharing information about GLOBE with a new audience increased since 2018. And so again, this is a wonderful way of increasing our footprint and really getting the news out about the program. So thank you for advertising that or sharing that information about GLOBE with a new audience. It's wonderful to spread the word about this great program and this great community that we all are part of. And the next slide, I believe, is the last one. So thank you for being part of this meeting. This brings us to the close of the 2020 GLOBE virtual meeting. It has been wonderful to connect with you. I can't tell you how much my spirits, and I hope yours too, have been lifted this week just by feeling part of this great GLOBE community. It is energizing for me to consider all the work completed this year, and a lot, as you can see, has been done, and to know that we have a lot of work and we have a lot to work on, together in the coming months, and that our work is meaningful. You can see that through the students presenting their research in the showcase a short while ago. Wow, some incredible research. And that is what this program is about, students doing and communicating research, GLOBE research. And thanks to the students, to the teachers, to the mentors who support this endeavor. It's phenomenal, and it was wonderful to see that this morning. Here this week, we have seen the inherent dignity of our members from all over the world. I want you to know that your energy and your creativity, your hard work, and your dedication to GLOBE are an inspiration to me personally to continue to work for the program. Every single individual in this enormously diverse community has the power to serve as an invaluable resource to others, and we encourage you to reach out to others in the community. I recognize that you're doing wonderful work in your communities and with each other. I value each and every one of you, and I look forward to working with you, hearing from you, and yes, eventually seeing you in person someday soon. Globe is almost halfway through its 25th year, and while this is not the way we thought we would be celebrating, it is wonderful to see that so many members are here celebrating this awesome community and program. 429 of you, thank you for being part of this. Finally, I would also like to thank Dr. Julie Momberg and Katie Chapman and all of the others here at the GIO who've been working in the background. Julie also listed a lot of other members, and I'm not going to go through all of those again, but pivoting from a face-to-face meeting to a virtual meeting in a very short period of time took a tremendous amount of work. And I really want to thank all of the staff here and everybody else who's been involved in doing this. It was no small feat, and I hope you out there really got as much from this meeting as I personally did, and I think all of the community did as well. This pandemic period is a time to reflect on our lives and our relationships to others and to the world. As we've slowed down a bit, perhaps, we have been able to think and to observe our surroundings more closely. We're going to close this 2020 Globe Virtual Annual Meeting with a video that I think you'll like as much as I do. In this video, students answered the question, what have you been observing in nature during the pandemic? Listen to what they have to say as they reflect on their observations of nature and the earth. Thank you, everyone, and see you next year, and enjoy the video.
This is actually the perfect spot to just explain to you a few things about how coronavirus has had an impact on nature here. I've heard about the canals in Amsterdam. I live very nearby Amsterdam. And because of the coronavirus, there are less tourists, which leads to less boats on the canals. And that has led to less pollution in the water. So the water is way clearer, and the light of the sun can reach deeper into the water, which allows more plants to grow, which again allows more life to be in the water, like more fish, and I was pretty amazed by that. And in such a short time period, such a massive change can take place.
Today, I have something to show you that I think it changed a lot because of COVID-19. Let's see it. In front of my house, we have the railway that the train usually runs about 6 p.m. The train had to stop because of COVID-19, and you can see that the railroad is so beautiful and clean.
An observation that I thought was very interesting were there are new kinds of ducks that are called the black-bellied whistle ducks. They were very rare, but now they are common in Central Florida.
Nature is also recovering itself up, like the ozone layer is started to repairing itself. Endangered species such as tigers, pandas, rhinos have also increased their numbers. Rare birds like peacock, green pigeon and toucans are flying around easily without any fear.
Here in Nairobi, I can tell you that where I have gone, even if it is not far, I have noticed that it is not the way I left it. Right now, when I go places, the There's grass in most areas, some green grass. The trees are taller and they have more leaves, not the way I left them. I think this is because they have been given more room to grow now that there are not that many cars. Plants will be able to clean the air, and this is good for everyone. It's a win-win situation.
One of the good changes that I came to know is that the level of air pollution in Delhi has reduced, and now we can breathe freely. And I saw that our rivers are now more clean and clear. Nature is more beautiful now. Animals came onto road to enjoy their freedom, while human was locked into his house.
First, improvement in air quality. Second, dolphins near Kolkata Ghats. Third, the flamingos increased in Mumbai. Water of river Ganga becomes fit for drinking in Haridwar. Fourth, the view of magnificent Himalayas from Jalandhar for the first time in 30 years.
We noticed that Earth is healing because we are not able to travel. So in small cities like Virovitica, we are walking to market with mask, of course.
Yeah, also the Ganges river is getting very pure day by day by itself. That's very wonderful, I should say. Also, the animals are feeling so free to move in the cities, and that's just a good scene to watch.
Today, I am going to talk about the changes that occurred in the surroundings. Due to the lockdown, people are sitting inside the house, so the water became cleaner and the nature is healing itself. Let's take an oath to protect the nature together as one.
I would like to add, it is up to us now whether we choose to either do something to change our actions for the better after the lockdown or continue on the path to global doom.
I hope everyone will be fine and we can go over it together. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.
At last, I would like to say that stay home, stay safe.
So, at last I just want to say stay home, stay safe, and I hope you enjoyed. I believe that these changes which we have seen may end up on a good note, and we all can again live a happy life where we can play with our friends, go on vacations with our families, and enter the classroom with full enthusiasm.
Thank you for checking in. Bye.
I think that's it. Bye.
We made pancakes. We answered some questions. I think that's it.